Good morning. Good morning. It's DJ Stocks. Today is January 20th. Yes, I'm hoping Netflix earnings are okay, but the rest of the market's tanking. It be tanking, but today I'm going to do a special video. Car stories. It's going to be a special video. We're not going to talk about the stock market. We're going to talk about one of my cars. We're going to talk about one of my cars and my negative experience with that. Come along. We got the Hooters mug out. Got my BMW hat on, but this time it's about the Jeep. Let me bring that music down. There you go. There you go. If you follow the channel, you know I have 3 cars that I like to refer to as my Land Cruisers. Thus, that's how we came up with Land Cruiser Midwest title. Well, anyway, one of the cars is a 2008 Jeep Grand Cherokee. Beautiful, beautiful truck. Love it. Love it. I've had it, like I said, had it from brand new, 2008. And I think around October I noticed one of the headlights was out, and I've had a headlight go out before, and I replaced the bulb. I had a spare one that I had picked up from Amazon. It was one of those fancy dancy xenon headlights. So I replaced it and didn't think anything of it. Maybe like 2 months later, I checked and hey, that same headlight was out again. So I had one more of those fancy dancy headlights from Amazon because you buy them 2 for $50. And I put it on, and this time I double tested it and it wasn't working. Because like if you click on the lock, I had it set up so my lights will blink. Well, only one of my lights was blinking after I changed it with this new bulb. So, man, I said, that's strange. So, did some research and everything, and found out that the most probable problem was what they call the igniter or the ballast on these xenon headlights had gone bad. Okay, and I looked around. I didn't see where that ballast really was at. Figured, hey, well then, Hooters mug. It's cold. It's going to be like 20 below today in Chicago. I'm telling you, it's cold. It's very cold. It doesn't even tell me how. We're 1 below right now. Yes, 1 below here in Chicago on a Tuesday morning. God, that's cold. So he said, hey, what the hell? I'll take it into the dealer. They'll be able to get it fixed and we'll be back on the road, no problem. So I made an appointment. I took it in. This is like maybe a week before Christmas. 2 weeks, maybe 2 weeks before Christmas. And took it in, sat there, signed all the paperwork, walked through the door. They greet you, had a cup of coffee. I did a video that day of their lot of cars, and they didn't really have many there because the dealer had just been bought out by somebody else, part of that consolidation of Dodge, Jeep, Ram dealers that's occurring nationwide. But no big deal. I took it in, and they want to say, well, we're going to need $200 to look at the problem and trying to diagnose it and get it fixed for you. I'm thinking, okay, that's not cheap, but it sounds reasonable to me, right? If someone's going to fix your car, they're going to need to spend a little bit of money, figure out what's wrong, and then fix it for you. That's part of the game, right? Part of the game. So I signed on the dotted line, headed towards the the customer lounge and poured me a cup of Java and sat down and watched some CNN news or whatever the hell they had on that day. About an hour later, the guy comes back and says, "Oh, it's gonna take a little more time. It's a little more involved than we thought it was." I'm thinking, okay, well, all right. He goes, we're gonna need $400 to tear this Jeep Grand Cherokee apart, 2008, mind you, and determine what the problem is. And I'm like, oh, come on, please. Okay, well, if that's the price of the game here, I'm willing to pay it. He's like, well, we may need it like the rest of the day, or most of the day. How about we give you a ride home? I said, okay, that's a good deal. I live like about 5 miles away. I hop in the car with this kid, and he gives me a ride home, and we're all good. Well, about 2:30, I get a call, ringy dingy dingy. I think it was the 6G telephone he called me on. He goes, "Hey, DJ Stocks, this is the dude from the Jeep dealership, and I've got some bad news for you." I'm like, how bad could it be? It was just a headlight. And he goes, "We found out what the problem was. It's your battery ballast. We do believe." He didn't say that they knew. He says they thought they knew. But the bad part is Jeep no longer makes that part, and there's none in stock across the whole United States. I'm like, what? What? I'm like, Jeep doesn't make the part. Didn't they make the goddamn truck? He goes, "No, Jeep doesn't make parts after 10 years anymore. They discontinue making OEM parts after 10 years, and once they go out of stock, they're out of stock." And I said, "Well, you got it. Come on, I don't have a headlight. The headlight doesn't work. I mean, I got a car where it's only 120,000 miles on it. 2008. It's got no headlight. I can't drive it at night." Well, we did look for some aftermarket, junkyard type of stuff, but the only one we saw was in really bad shape, and we didn't want to put that one in or consider that one because it was in such bad shape. I'm like, thank you. So I head back to the dealer, have my wife Susie Q Slots drop me off, and I was somewhat steaming. And well, I got charged. This is the part that boils my. Well, it's not really it doesn't really. We'll talk about it. I had to pay $400 to have someone tell me that your headlights don't work, and we tore your car apart and put it back together, and we're unable to fix it, but we still want $400 for that. You see where the rub is? I spent $400, yeah, and I didn't even get my car fixed. So time went by. I get some like survey reports on my text. Would you take a survey of how you liked your service at this Jeep Dodge Ram dealership? I'm like, yeah, right. Delete. After like about 2 weeks, they keep coming. We would really like you to complete the survey about Dodge Jeep Ram and your recent service experience. So I'm like, okay, well, if you guys really want to know how I feel about it, I'll tell you how I feel about it. So I went ahead and I filled out the survey, the handy dandy survey. And probably about a week after that, I get a call from some manager or somebody, and who proceeds to defend their stance of tearing apart my car and charging me $400 and not actually fixing it, when they probably knew that they didn't have the parts to repair it, but they wanted to verify that and charge me $400. What he was saying is they wanted to ensure it wasn't just a wiring issue. And in order to find out it was a wiring issue, they had to take it all apart in order to verify that. Which to me is like bogus. So beware out there. Beware out there of car dealer. I mean, this is a car dealer, Jeep dealer, Dodge Jeep dealer in my local town. Also, as part of this, after I picked up my truck, I found out that not only had they taken apart my car, put it back together, they blew one of my fuses for my heater, which, we're like in the winter and my heater motor wasn't blowing anymore. And in the window, the wheel wells, there's like plastic liner, and they had taken out the screws that held that in and never replaced it either on both sides. So I'm surprised that the car just hasn't fallen apart by itself at this point. But yeah, they did a great job, and they only charged me $400. So beware out there. Beware out there. Comment down below what you think about this. I paid the bill and went upon my way, and I'm trying to rectify the problem. I'll probably do another video, part 2, on how this whole saga is going, as I try to be able to drive my 2008 Jeep Grand Cherokee at night at some point. Over and out, it's DJ Stocks, and watch the stock market today. It's tanking. Stock market's tanking, which means there's going to be some opportunities out there. Get ready for opportunity.